Beneath the veneer of society, the world of shadows is engulfed in a centuries-old conflict. Dark warriors, known as Shinobi. Ninja. Shinobigami is the tabletop role-playing game that broke Japan. Designed for one game master and 2 to 6 players, each session tells a complete story in about 4 hours, unfolding from beginning to shocking end. Every game is filled with gripping drama and combat at a breakneck pace. Since everybody has a secret, you'll never know who to trust. 6 ninja clans vie for power in this game of modern ninja combat, for the chance to revive a mysterious entity known as the Shinobigami. Missions and secrets are what really makes Shinobigami unique. Each character is assigned a mission and given a secret. One player's mission may directly interfere with another, or even call for their defeat. Your secret, however, is a hidden truth that may consist of plot twists, hidden powers, or even your true intentions. You can form emotional bonds with other characters as well, which becomes essential in keeping your character alive. Actions are resolved using the evocative system known as psychofiction. Each character has mastered 6 ninja skills on the skill matrix. Players roll 2 6-sided dice to use a skill. Skills on the matrix become harder the further they are from the mastered skills, and skills will quickly become unavailable once you take damage. For your contribution, you will receive a hard copy of the book plus the PDF. The book will be more or less identical to the Japanese release, which means that half the book contains an entertaining and enlightening replay, the word-for-word transcript of a group playing through an entire game. The other half will have all the rules necessary to play Shinobigami, including an extra section from the American book that has our house rules and more sample scenarios. The only thing more exciting than getting the first Shinobigami book would be getting the second book as well. The second book adds sub-clans, normal PCs, henchmen, an informative player's guide, and much more. Other stretch goals include extra scenarios, alternate settings, and even a reskin. If you loved Ryuutama or Tenra Bansho Zero, you know that we at Kotodama Heavy Industries strive for perfection. We are passionate about Shinobigami, and we want to see it being played on tabletops across America. In Japan, there are 9 books and counting in the Shinobigami series. Each successive book adds exciting new options as well as a riveting new replay. Trust in our vision, and the Shinobigami will expand your role-playing horizon beyond your darkest dreams.
Obviously, you guys aren't privy to the discussions in the background here, but it's some exciting talk concerning JoJo and his adventures and some other things. But yeah, everyone, welcome to One Shot Wednesdays here at Encounter Roleplay. My name is Mitchell, also known as Penny for a Tale. We will be guiding you through this wonderful journey here for Shinobigami Modern Ninja Battle RPG. Thank you for Kotodama Heavy Industries for sponsoring this particular episode, as well as our other sponsors, Grim and Perilous, iHunt, Axon Punk, Defiant, Axon Cthulhu, Modifius, all you guys, thank you so much for this amazing season. So many shows, so many cool things to check out. But regardless, let's chat about these amazing players who are going to be our amazing ninjas today. Party Wipe Games, you have a very interesting outfit. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rendis of Party Wipe Games. Yes, I am seconded only by Susie's amazing outfit for their ninja attire. Am I introducing character as well, or just myself?
Just yourself. You're too mysterious right now for...
Yes, far too mysterious for anything else, but it's going to be a fun time tonight.
Heck yeah. And also, what up, YouTube? Much love. Thank you for watching, even if it's not live. Definitely check out the details below for how you can purchase a game. And for those watching, this is going to be a very clippable game, so make sure to get those amazing faces. Speaking of amazing, Suzanne,
Hello. I'm very excited to play this game today. I have been training for this my whole life. When I was approached being, hey, Susie, do you want to play a ninja game? I was like, believe it. And that's just going to be the first of many Naruto references tonight. I am not sorry, but yeah, hype. Also, repping my boy Josuke today. I'm living that life anyway. Hell yes. Anime t-shirts. That's how we do.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Susanna Grace. I like Susanna earlier. Any
It's
case,
fine,
let's
don't worry.
hop on. Yeah, my apologies. Let's hop on over to Brittany. What's up?
Hi everybody, it's me, Brittany the Protector, who is not going to do a JoJo reference or a Naruto reference, but I'm happy to be here. No, I'm not. I'm happy to be here, and yeah, I can't wait to get this party started.
Sweet. And I know that there were going to be, but suddenly pandas.
Hello, how's it going? I'm Pandas. It's been a while since I've played on here, and it's wonderful to see all these wonderful people. There's a lot of anime chat going on that's flying straight over my head. So I apologize that. I will try and catch any references I can, but hopefully I can put my own spin on these things.
Excellent. Well, fortunately, for this game, you don't need to have a master's for anime. For those who have spent their years indoors watching, was it Adult Swim and oh man, Funimation and such, late nights watching Inuyasha. This is to be enjoyed for everyone. Shinobigami, a modern tale of ninjas. So I think we're ready to just hop in here. I'm going to set the scene. So every couple of centuries, there is a white-tailed fox that roams around Japan. It is believed that this white-tailed fox has the ability to grant wishes, whatever you could desire. The Shinobigami believe that this is kind of the origin for some of their ninpo, or magical effects that they can do. So this is something that some people follow, some people don't. You guys being the young ninjas that you are, and seeking any type of way to rise up the ranks, it does catch your attention, and who knows, maybe you'll grow along the way. So let's go over to Party Wipe Games. Why don't you describe your character and what do they look like? Where are they right now? Go ahead.
So my character is named Oboro Fumiko. They are, as you can see, dressed rather well. When they're in their ninja attire, they tend to don a kitsune mask. Their hair is a blend of blue and purple, and their face is normally very obscured. They don't appear to carry any weapons, but they tend to be known as a shinobi that has a lot of rope work and is a very close quarters type of shinobi and specializes in traps and escape work.
And you were part of Hasuba Ninja Army, right?
Yes, they are a proud member of the Hasuba Ninja Army.
And what are they about?
They are about collecting the ogi of other clan members.
Excellent. All right, so right now, do you have your cover on? Are you just on some sort of skyscraper looking down on Tokyo?
I think they would come in mission, so fully decked out, concealed, doing a Batman pose on the top of a skyscraper, watching the crowds move through the busy streets below.
Excellent. So almost as if carried on the wind. There's an elegantly chipper voice that sings and tickles your ear. Hello, ninja.
Hello. Who's there?
You should find me.
All right. I'll do so. Where can I find you? Give me a clue.
The others have me.
The others?
Yes.
All right. We'll start looking for them first then.
Excellent. You'll find me inside. And then that voice kind of disappears in these little sparkles. So you gaze over at the crowd.
We'll just start watching the crowd, looking for any telltale signs of other ninja.
Excellent. And with that, we will go over to Susanna Grace. What's your character look like? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm. So my character is a teenage girl named Higashikata Asuka, and she is what's known as a sukaban. She is a teenage delinquent. She is the leader of her girl gang, and right now she's walking through the streets with said girl gang in her modified school uniform, which denotes her as a sukaban. She has a rolled-up sleeve. She's got the lengthened school skirt, and she's carrying a kendo stick over her shoulder as she's just kind of walking through town. She's got that curled lip. Because of her bloodline, she has disturbing red eyes, but also because of her teenage delinquency, her hair is dyed and bleached bright white. So she's quite a noticeable figure, and she is just swaggering as she's walking around. She doesn't care about the people around her, and, you know, there's folks coming past, and she, like, growls at them and swears at them as they pass, and having a fun time with her girl gang.
Excellent. So, kind of out of an alleyway, one of the higher up members of the bloodline Oni comes out with this baseball bat with nails. She has this amazing pompadour that seems to stretch out far more than any hair ought to be, sparkling pink. She's wearing this tank top of yellow. With these amazing biceps that are just like, she must be working out every day. Glistening under the sun right here and now in these nice little track shorts and sneakers. She kind of flips a cigarette on the ground before snuffing it out, and then holstering the nailed baseball bat on her back. She looks over at you, Asuka. What up?
What's up? I think they had the minute where they're just kind of doing that. So, sorry, what was that?
She's like flexing and looking at your muscles too, like.
Yeah, having a little bro off.
Heck yeah. Looking for the fox too?
Of course. You looking for it too?
Yeah. I was thinking about wishing for like. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would say, like, she pulls out like a cigarette, tucks it behind her ear just for extra coolness, as she sort of moves away from her gang a little bit so they can have a quieter conversation here.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear some of the ninja army people have it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. This fox-headed freak, I think has it, so we're all trying to hunt this person down. They say if you rip one of them apart and put the bones together, that it will form the white fox, and with that white fox, the wish will be made.
Any idea where this fox-headed freak is?
Probably like looming over some skyscraper or something, like all Batman like. Oh no. But if I ever find anything, I'll let you know.
Likewise.
And he kind of extends a hand out. The rippling muscles. All right, let's go get tea sometime.
Yeah. I'll catch you at the company sometime, huh? And she sort of winks and saunters off.
Excellent. All right. We'll go over to Brittany. What's your character doing? What do they look like? What are you up to?
All right, so my name is Haruitsuki Nikita. She has long brown hair that she has pinned up with a nice little bow. She's wearing her school uniform, and right now she's at the manga store looking at some fake books. She just looking there. She does have in her hand like a guitar, like a guitar bag, but in it is like with her sword that doesn't leave her. And because she is of the Kurama Shin clan, she also has I don't want to say eyes. She has this thing where she can hear someone coming and she can just almost knows where it is. So right now she's currently looking through a manga, a fake manga.
Excellent. So you do indeed hear kind of a shuffling as you look around. You notice that you're the only person in this store.
You can come out now.
There's
Promise
a
won't bite.
flickering of lights, and kind of in your peripheral, you notice this kind of twisted, elongated neck rising above this quadruped of white fur. The neck extends out and kind of loops around, gazing down at you with a jaw that extends out 3 feet. The lights flicker, and then what remains is this cute little fox, almost like a little Vulpix, gazing at you with promising red eyes.
How may I help you?
I'm the white fox. I grant wishes.
Ah. And you come to me because you think I have a wish?
Yes. Do you not?
I have many wishes. One I don't think will come true, but if you said you're the fox, I might take you up on an offer.
Well, I give wishes. I just need a catalyst. A fuel source of some sort.
And where would I find this catalyst that you are looking for?
I hear the blood of Oni will do just nicely. Spill it upon the ground. Let me bathe in it, and your wish will come true, whatever it may be.
All right. It
Yay!
might take me a while to find it.
Oh, can I hide in your back until you do it?
Sure. And she then sounds like a normal Japanese school bag, and she opens it. And be careful.
Excellent.
I got some books in there.
I'm fine. I'm potty trained. And the box slips into your bag. glowing eyes staring out from the darkness of it.
I close the
Suddenly,
bag. Oh.
so going on over to suddenly pandas. We did not expect it. What's your character up to?
So Sun is currently in a busy underpass. He's dressed completely up like a homeless person with a bindle propped up against the wall beside him and a pan in front of him for change with a sign like pitifully written like need food. He's got like a hood pulled over his face and just a chink to be able to see out of, and he's slowly studying the people that are walking by.
Excellent. And what ninja faction are you a part of?
He's a lost one.
Ooh. So you don't really have an organized kind of group. You're just part of a bunch of misfits.
Yep. Kind of banded together by maybe like we've all got different causes, but we realise we're somewhat stronger together than alone.
And what is your character's cause?
So he was trained by his grandfather for years and years and years, but just as he was getting towards the end of his training, where he's about to find out what it was for, his grandfather vanished. And he's kind of left with all these skills and no real cause to use them for. So he's trying to find out what happened to his grandfather and what his life's purpose is.
Yeah. What the smell kind of triggers your memory of your grandfather? What is that smell? What kind of do you remember of your grandfather?
I imagine it's like slow cooked duck. Like he used to really take time over it. He used to leave it smoking for hours and hours and hours, and it used to be taunting. So while all the training going on, just this beautiful smell could be smelt, and it kind of drove you to keep going through.
Excellent. It's kind of as you're gazing out at the crowd as they're passing by slowly that a $5 bill is dropped into your pan, and there's that same smell of roasted duck, delicious and tantalizing, a little bit of pepper and salt, almost kind of makes you salivate.
I would kind of reach up and maybe just pull the hood back a little bit further than I normally would to try and like fully expose where my nose is, to like, as I'm getting these vivid memories, just trying to savor them for that one last second as I'm getting a flashback to home.
Yeah. And on this piece of currency, it says, "Be careful." And then there's like a smiley face. But it's written in that same way that your grandfather used to write. The same squigglies, a little sharpness at the end.
Kind of, as soon as I see it, my eyes kind of expand, like desperately looking through the crowd, like standing up, grabbing this bindle, and knocking people all over left, right, and centre, trying to catch an eye and look at everyone's face that's passed within closely.
Just down the hallway, you see someone in this trench coat, dark brown, carrying an umbrella, and then turning the corner to the left further into this tunnel system.
I would call out my grandfather's name, and I would kind of bolt round again, not really considering anyone else, maybe knocking an old lady flying to the floor as people kind of look on shocked. Like, I'm normally pretty stealthy, and I travel kind of with finesse, but now everything's gone out the window.
Excellent. Down that hallway, pushing through the crowd, you can always see that man at the tip of your vision, turning a corner, disappearing, you catching up, finding that same visage, until it ends up into a dead end. two bathrooms before you, left and right.
I take the right one.
The place smells. It's gritty. Maybe someone even lives here. You see a cardboard box in the corner. Most of the lights are gone, but there is one in the center that illuminates a partial figure in the corner staring at the window. Sorry, not window, the mirror.
I kind of look and observe him for a second, tightly gripping this shaft of the bindle, in case, like, I realise I've been somewhat foolish and let my guard down a little bit. But I kind of stare at this figure, and I whisper his name.
He kind of turns ever so slightly, but his collar still obscures his face. Be careful.
Like, does it exactly look like him?
Oh yeah, everything. Even the slight bit of smell through the gritty of the bathroom brings fresh memories to your mind. You can see the breath against the mirror. Surely it must be him.
Yeah. So for just a second, like my fists clench, and there's a lot of anger for a second. But Sun drops to his knees. Where have you been? It's been so long.
I've been in
Grandfather.
a sort of purgatory. There's not much time, and there's not much life left in me. But whatever remains, I give to you. Go find the white fox and kill that bitch.
So Sun takes one kind of last glimpse at him, as he's well aware that this is probably going to be the last time he sees him. He nods. He takes the bindle he's been carrying around with it and smashes it against the wall, revealing a katana hidden in the shaft of it. He kind of puts it in his back, bows once, and then leaves.
Excellent. And there is our introduction to these fantastic characters. So we move on into the main cycle phase. For people who don't know, Shinobigami is kind of broken up because of its kind of quick pickup way. The main cycle, we will go through each of the characters, and they will set up a scene. They get to figure out what they want to do. Each one will get kind of one role during their scene, and then it will move to someone else for their scene. Kind of some of the scenes you can do are usually drama scenes or battle scenes. Usually for a battle scene, you have to know where someone is. So the drama scene can be used to recover yourself, kind of take a breather. You can go gain information. Or you can kind of meet with an NPC, but it's totally up to the player to figure out kind of what would be the coolest scene for them to be in, because if we remember, we're trying to make this as amazing and dramatic as possible. So yeah, we started with party wipes before, but I am going to throw it over to Grace. Why don't you go start us off for this this scene? You are the scene creator in this regard. Let us know where we are, and what you're trying to do.
Okay, so I think after her extremely cool flexing encounter with her compatriot, Asuka is actively on the hunt for this fox-faced freak that she had been told about. and she is, especially if it was like probably on some skyscraper somewhere, she has split off from her gang, and she is in the more downtown, sort of seedier part of the city, and she's trying to gather information about maybe any sightings of this particularly like kitsune-faced person.
Excellent. All right. So this brings us to the resolution system. And it's always 2d6. And normally the TN is 5. If you have the skill that you are using. This will make sense a little bit more later. But for you, what skill are you using in order to accomplish this task?
Ooh, I am gonna say climbing, her climbing skill. She's clambering up on stuff, trying to get an aerial view of the city, and she's trying to get that vantage point going on.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and roll those 2d6.
All right, let's see what we get. I got a 4.
Oh. All right. So not awesome.
Not great.
Okay. So you're going around looking and such. And what we'll do with this is I will say you can get a location, but it's going to cost you. So why don't you go ahead and roll a d6?
Okay. 2.
All right. So on your character sheet, you're going to cross out martial arts as while you are climbing, you have injured yourself. So why don't you go ahead and describe how you injured yourself and why you can't use those bits of martial arts for the next scene.
Okay. So I think what happened is she's climbing up the side of a building, and it is the side of a ramen shop, and it's late at night / early morning, and the owner of the ramen shop has come to start like getting the broth on for the day, and they caught her and are yelling at her, and she turns to yell at him, being like, "Fuck off, old man," and she loses her grip and tumbles, and I think she like sprains her left wrist as she lands funny.
Excellent. We hit 20 retweets, so everyone gets one re-roll. So everyone thank the fam for that. That probably could have been useful like 5 minutes ago.
Like 2 seconds ago. Thanks, fam.
Yeah. But we love y'all still. But in any case, Grace, you at least get the location of this white fox-masked individual on a skyscraper further along in the city. You at least know where they are, so you can begin plotting against them. But we will shoot on
shot,
over.
Right? As she's falling, it zooms in her eyes as she clocks her on a skyscraper, and it's like a as she bam.
Perfect. All right, Party Wipe Games. Oboro Fumiko. You got the seed.
Well then, Fumiko was told to look for everyone, so I don't have a specific target. So I want to kind of scope out myself and see who's around. It sounds like I might have noticed somebody shouting at a ramen shop owner. Can I, So I think...
Yeah, what skill did you want to use?
I'm going to set up an ambush for them, because they're not being very stealthy. So I'm gonna set up a trap for them. So I'm just rolling 2d4 or 2d6 to trap something up. Okay, I lost my dice roller, of course. 1, 2. So that's a 6.
Ooh, excellent. All right, we'll say when the next time you're in a fight, you get to choose what battlefield chart or location you get to fight in. So describe kind of what you're setting up.
There is going to be there'll be a decoy set up. It'll just be like a very simple like figure that looks like Fumiko standing facing the opposite ledge, and near it is just going to be just a simple rope snare. And so just for your reference, the battlefield chart would be a high place since we're on the top of a building already.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
All
just
right.
going to be a decoy figure and a rope snare.
Excellent. All right, let's move on over to Suddenly Pandas. What's the scene?
So I imagine he's he's tried to gather some information. He's got very little of where things are at the moment. So I imagine there's a collective area, maybe like under an underpass where there's like empty barrels with fires in them, and lots of the other lost ones that kind of gather together there, and maybe there's some information sharing on. So I'm asking around and hearing if anyone's heard of this fox or any other things that are going on that might kind of hint or point me in the right direction.
Excellent. All right, what skill are you using?
So would rumor mongering be one?
Yes.
Or is that more? Yeah.
Yeah, rumor mongering is perfect.
And I got a 4.
All right, did you want to use your boon from
Yeah,
the
go on.
Chaos Chorus
Let's use it
result?
straight away. Okay, I got a 10.
All right, go ahead.
That's a bit better.
There we go. Also, let me know if anyone ever gets doubles, because that's very important as well.
No, it's a 4 and a 6.
Excellent. All right. So as you're kind of going around, there is kind of this individual, probably another lost one, an old grizzled man with kind of like the longest beard, who always seems to kind of get it a little bit too close to the fire. So much of his beard is kind of this scorched charcoal black. He gazes up at you through the flames, kind of warming his little mitten hands. You seek the fox, do you?
I'm not here for your company.
That's a shame. Company's pretty good. You know? Kind of smiles at you with several teeth missing.
What do you want? You've got the information I need. Tell me what I want to know.
Alright, because you and I were friends, right? I will let you in on a little secret, right? There was once a fox, and she was sweet, and she was hot, you know what I'm saying? Whew. Good looking all the way through. Of course, I met her in high school.
I kneel on the barrel
college.
that he's leaning on, so it kind of points further towards his face, and he feels the heat. He's like, I don't need the details. I need a location.
All right. The fox goes after not us because there's not much with us. It usually goes after someone who has some potential, someone easily impressioned upon. You know, it's all a trap. You're talking about ninjas ripped asunder, blood carcasses everywhere, horrific events, time, reality, space, kind of warped into someone's left eye, and it's crazy. But it's not what it seems. Last time I saw the fox, it's not too long ago, actually. I thought I saw, kind of over in the overpass, some lady of some sort, I think, had it in their bag, sniffing about.
Who was it? What, here?
I
I think that would be a big shock to him, like to realize that something was like that was this close.
I don't know who this person is. I just went to get some change. Any case, I'm about to eat a wonderful burger. As he pulls out 2 buns and places his hair in between it, the little charcoal bits of hair, and starts munching down on it. You need anything else?
I take all of the takings that I made today, all of the money, and I kind of shake it next to him. Anything else?
Ah.
Like, I'd
Yeah,
open up a
there's
little
looking.
bit so he can see the 5 and stuff like that as well. So he knows there's a little bit worth in there.
Oh yeah, that's lettuce right there. All right. Sure. Everyone's after it. You better bring your big guns if you want it. This thing, and they all think it's some sort of god, and it very well might be. Any case, I think that's worth the lettuce. So if you could just hand that over, please. Just take it out of your wallet, put it right here, and I will put it in my sandwich, and I will eat it.
And I just smile at him and say, I eat gods for breakfast. And I'll take the the roll from him and take a bite.
Yeah, it tastes bad. Oily, greasy, sticks in your throat. But
There'll be a
fist
moment and
bumps
he
you.
just has to keep chewing through it.
Oh god. I feel like this is going to turn into some ailment. Let's see what we got here. All right. There was really none that fits here, but yeah, you'll have that. Then the next time you speak to someone, like, this burger is just gonna come out. You know, when
I've got
someone's
hair
like
in my
eats
teeth.
garlic or whatever. Yeah, it's just kind of like stringing out and stuff. It's gonna be horrific. Any case, we now know what anime we're in. Swooping on over to Brittany. Go ahead and set the scene.
Nikita is probably looking for information about the Oni that I'm supposed to kill. And I would be with the fox in my bag. I'm kind of pretending I'm reading a book. I'm reading the Grisham version. How about that? I'm just sitting here reading the Grisham verse, and then I guess I hear someone screaming and falling, so I'm gonna run towards it.
All right, you can, if you want, have Asuka's character in this scene, but they have to agree as well. So it's up to you, Asuka, if you want to be part of this scene.
Sure, I'm down.
Okay. All right. So yeah, what does Nikita see as she comes up?
So she sees Asuka like getting up off the ground, shaking out her hand, and chewing out this old guy. She is just like that. She has no respect for him at all. She is full on like yelling at him, and being quite aggressive with her body language too. She's like doing the puffed out chest, like "I will hurt you," intimidation of this guy. There's a lot of rolled R's going on, a lot of baka and teme is being screamed at him. So this is what she sees.
I see all this and I'm like, oh good lord. And I just say, Hey, leave the old guy alone. Pick up someone else your own size.
I think by this point she's probably grabbed the old guy by the front of his clothing, has got him pulled up like that, and then her head just turns to look at you, and she drops the old guy and just sort of walks over.
Yeah, he's like, thank
What?
God! And he kind of crawls away.
You like picking
What
on
was
old
that?
guys, why don't you? You like picking on old guys, pick on someone else your own size.
And she like looks down her nose at you, you know, and it's like there's like that shadow, and you can just see her red eyes. And she's like intimidating. She's not saying much, she's just standing there like intimidatingly. You got a problem?
You can say that. I have a problem. You picking on the old guy, screaming for no apparent reason.
You should have got here 5 minutes earlier. There was a reason. A good one, too. I was in the middle of something. He interrupted me. I don't like to be interrupted.
Well, I'm so sorry for you. What do you want me to do? Call the lawyer? And say, hey, this old guy's bothering me?
She takes her finger and jabs at your chest, push back. I want you to mind your own business. This doesn't involve you.
She jabs her finger back also harder. Like, well, it kind of does when you're picking on an old man.
Oh snap! It's a finger jab fight.
Asuka's eyes flash with something, and she takes a step back and sort of adopts a fighting position, but she it's clearly from the way she stood is not someone who is skilled so much in the martial arts, but she's clearly ready to do something.
All right. So, Brittany, since you are head of the scene, you can keep this as a drama scene, and we can kind of roll on the emotion table to figure out where you guys feel, or we could just turn this into a battle scene and throw down.
What's what I like to do? We speed her up or turn into a drama scene. I think we're gonna do this as a little. Hey, you wanna get into a fight, Susie?
Hey, I'm down for a fight. My whole character, she's a fighty girl, so I'm ready if you want to fight.
All right,
She's a delinquent, like, let's go.
all right. We're gonna turn this into a fight. So I just
All right.
sit on my bag.
Let's get it on. You don't give a what? You don't give a whoop. All right. So, we'll say we're on level ground here. So how this works is we're using the velocity system. For those who don't know, there is a chart from 0 to 7 that you can get from the Shinobigami website, and it is basically the battle map. It dictates how fast you are going and what stuff you can use and not use, etc. So Brittany and Susanna, both of you guys are going to choose a number on your d6. You're going to choose that, and then when I count to 3, you're each going to say it at the same time. A higher value means you go first and can use more powers and stuff, but the chance of you failing is higher. Also, a lot of your Nimpo and stuff have ranges, and that is based on the map too. So like a 3 and a 4, that's a range of 1, or a 2 and a 4, that's a range of 2. But all this will be made evident as we continue fighting. So, do you guys have a number in mind on the D6, 1 through 6? All right. 1, 2, 3.
4.
Yeah! That's perfect. So whenever your initiatives are the same, we'll do one of you guys first, but the actions are done at the same time. So this will make for a very interesting fight. So Susanna, why don't you go ahead for this? So you're at 4. What are you doing?
Okay. This is where we get to use like Nimpo and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to use my Nimpo close combat, as I'm in close range with her. Uses my skill Binding and has a range of 1 with 0 cost.
Nice. All right. And what skill is using?
It uses Binding.
Binding,
which is a
and
sorcery
that
skill.
Ooh, all right. What is this like?
So this looks like, because yes, living out my best anime life. She brings up her hand to her mouth, bites at her own hand, drawing blood, which she then almost like pulls out like a rope, and in a flash, it is wrapped around your body, and it pulls tight like razor wire, and hurts you before it splashes out again.
Excellent. All right. Let's see if this is successful. Go ahead and roll that 2d6.
Woo! All right.
This is
I
your
got
skill, so all
a
you need is
7.
Ooh, perfect. All right. So you were successful, and this is where Brittany's character, Nikita, has to try to defend. Now, this is kind of where some of the magic of the system comes into play. So what you're defending against is needing skill on your character sheet. You have to figure out which one of your skills is closest to the binding skill and count your way between the binding skill and the skill that you have in order to set the difficulty. So basically, like, if you had a skill that was closer to it, there's kind of a proximity there that allows you to defend better. But if you're like, have a skill that's all the way, for instance, into martial arts, you're not so good at defending against. So you're trying to find the skill that is closest to the binding skill.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I do have something. There is.
All right,
I have writing, blade, and demolition to figure this. I'm trying to figure out which one would work. I think I'm gonna try. Wait, what does writing does? You just write it out?
No, that's writing something.
Oh no!
Like
we ain't doing
yeah.
that. How about speed? Like, I try to, like, before it like comes around me and like crushes me, I try to like speedy, like, do the Sonic move out the way.
Yeah, you outmaneuver it. Perfect. All right, so you're counting every square in between the speed skill and the binding skill. And if you have those little blocked out parts on your character sheet, you do not count those. But normally you count those white spaces in between every skill set.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fine. I have 5. This is gonna be fine.
All right, 5 squares between speed and binding.
Writing, yeah.
Oh, you were using speed.
Binding?
So speed, yeah, speed and binding.
Oh boy. Oh, for speed I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. No, I have 3. This is confusing. Cause I got a stealth. I am real horrible at performance. I'm terrible at memory and willpower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is so confusing. Why is it so confusing?
It's cool. It's just counting blocks.
Let's say 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so we'll say 3 for now. So every box between adds an additional +1 to your TN. So the TN normally is 5. 3 in between means your TN is now 8. So in order to dodge this, you have to roll an 8. So go ahead and roll your 2d6. And
alrighty. So, all right. Do I add them together?
Uh-huh.
Because I rolled a 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. Does that work?
Oh, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, because this is not the final battle scene, we don't do the full like life points to death. This is the initial scenes where you kind of like once you hurt someone, they are then out of the fight. So normally, if your initiative was different from Susanna's initiative, you would be out and that would be the end of the scene. But because you guys were on the same initiative, you guys are acting simultaneously. So, Brittany, your character, how are you attacking?
My guitar case, is somehow a little bit unzipped. I'll pull out a very long katana. This was like, it shouldn't even be a katana. It's like very, very long. And I hold it with 2 hands and I try to cut her with it. Cut her down with it. Yeah.
What skill are you using?
Oh, Daisy, we're going to use blade.
All right. I assume that's your close combat.
That's my ranged combat.
Your ranged combat?
My close,
all right.
Yeah, ranged. So.
All right. So it is long enough for it to be counted as ranged. And what skill again was it?
Yeah. It was, it's just a blade. It's a ranged combat.
Okay, blade,
and
got
the range
it.
is,
all right.
Yeah. All right, let's see what I can get. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Ooh, all right, you are successful. Asuka, go ahead and dodge. So you are using whichever skill is closest to the blade skill for you. You are muted.
You're muted.
Whoops! I have a skill called Sixth Sense, which due to my bloodline gives me almost supernatural senses, and I think Asuka can hear the click of the Suba releasing from the the sword from the Saya, and she's like, she knows how to move quick enough. So I would like to use Sixth Sense as my dodge.
All right,
she
perfect.
can anticipate the attack,
so
which
how
is
many,
1 away from blade.
Perfect. All right, so your TN is just 6.
I got a 9.
Ooh. All right. So, since this is still Brittany's scene, I will let Brittany describe what happens. But basically, in terms of the mechanics, Asuka has hurt Nikita with this kind of binding, and when Nikita tried to attack back, Asuka was able to dodge it. But go ahead and make this something cool, Brittany.
All right, so she takes this really long sword that shouldn't really be a sword, and she do that anime cut. She tries, and then when you see Asuka moves, she goes, "That wasn't supposed to happen. You're supposed to be on the ground. Why?" And you see her get a little bit of frustration, just a tiny bit, but there is maybe a little tiny cut in your cheek, where the sword has maybe just kind of almost close to you, cut you.
Excellent. And how about you with your binding?
So in my head, the way this plays out, right, is in the samurai movie where they dash at each other and then they stop for a second to see who's wounded. I imagine that's how Asuka, as she does the binding, she dashes past, and that's when maybe she gets glanced by the blade, and she brushes her cheek, looks at the blood, throws her head back, does a good Ojo laugh, and just looks over her shoulder at Nikita, knowing that she was the one that landed the hit, and she got nothing.
Excellent.
Try
so,
better
Brittany,
next time, kid.
Go ahead and roll a d6. It'll figure out where you were damaged at for your character.
Why? I don't know, 6. This is fine.
Ooh. All right. So you take sorcery damage, so you are unable to use anything in sorcery.
Well, I don't have nothing in sorcery, so that's good.
Like, I don't need that.
I don't need sorcery. This is fine.
This was
This
Naruto.
person
I super
will
just
be
messed up your chakra points. You ain't doing chakra.
Yes, you
I
did.
got
I know, right?
Yeah, you did.
All right, since Asuka was the winner, you get to receive a location or secret or the prize. And you know what the prize is.
Ooh.
So which would you like?
Okay. I wonder which one I want. It might be the prize, huh?
I never seen it. It never happened. It wasn't there. I don't know how this happened. It was there. How many times am I gonna repeat myself? It wasn't there.
So what is your choice, Asuka?
No, I think my actual choice is a location. She is after anything she can hear about this kitsune. She wants to know what it is. So, yeah, I think she like turns on her and interrogates her about this information.
All right, so more. Okay, so the location. All right, so kind of what you gain as you guys kind of vanish from each other and move on through this kind of ninja-like experience. Asuka, you figure out that Nikita definitely has the fox, but you know their location now. You can find them wherever you want. It's just what you want to do with that knowledge.
Well, I mean, she's got a busted up hand, so she'd be a fool to go after it straight away, right? So she's
Exactly.
she's brilliant smart.
Excellent. All right, so we are going to start up the second main cycle, and we'll start with Suddenly Pandas. You get to go first. You get to set the scene.
So can I use like knowledge that we've not got yet? I'm still trying to assign, like, am I still looking for this thing?
So you got you got some secret information before, and you got the location of Nikita. So you could, in this scene, either find more information, more locations. You can make an emotional bond, or you can just straight up fight Nikita. But you can interact with Nikita since you know their location.
Yeah. So, can I attempt to interact and try and do this friendly to start with?
Of course. Excellent.
So this is probably going to be
like. Go ahead.
Post their scene that's just happened, right? This is post the scene that's just happened.
Yes. All right, so this seems like an emotion type thing. So why don't you go ahead and what skill are you using as you kind of approach Nikita?
Can I use disguise, please?
Ooh, yes, you can. Go ahead and roll.
I got an 8, a 6, and a 2.
Perfect. All right. What do you look like now?
I imagine I maybe I look like someone that you'd see on like a worker that you might see on the street, maybe like a meter maid or something like that. Someone non-threatening, but someone you'd expect to be on the street.
Excellent. All right, and so for both of you, roll a d6, and we'll figure out where on the emotion chart you guys land to kind of fill in more drama.
I got a 2.
Me too.
All right. Okay. So you guys get to choose, each of you guys concerning the other one. You have friendship and anger. But I will let you guys role play out and see where that lands as you approach each other.
Yeah, I'm going in friendship as well.
Aww.
So I imagine does Nikita look a little bit hurt at this point, as she's just had this fight, or?
Yeah, she's a little hurt, and she's like she's grumbling while she puts her sword up in the bag. She goes, she's kind of doing things like that.
So I imagine you kind of get caught as you're walking out, like looking a bit sullen. Like, so this meter maid runs up to you. Is everything okay?
Fine. And she like slowly puts her puts her guitar thing back. Like, yeah, everything's fine. Is there something wrong? Did I didn't put the money in the meter again?
No, I was worried that looks like there's something wrong, and he kind of offers you a shoulder if you need it, because you look like you're leaning. Maybe. Can I get you somewhere safe? Can I get you to a doctor's?
Doctor, that sounds wonderful, actually. Yeah.
Okay, and he'll kind of help her walk a little bit down the street. What happened? Is everything okay?
Let's just say some bully and I had some words, and it didn't go the way I would like it.
This world is full of bullies. I meet them every day. Can I help? Did you see who it was?
Oh, I don't know if I can remember her, but all I know is she was in a gang. I think she was. And she beat the unholy crap out of me, which is kind of odd, as I am really good at sword fighting from my judo club at school. I don't understand this. I just... and he'll like kind of like do this. He's like, I just need to just train better. That's all. And I had a friend, a really, really small friend.
A friend? Who?
Yeah.
Is your friend okay? Can I help?
The friend is. Excuse me. The friend is fine, perfectly fine. I just need to go. Excuse me, to the doctor to get checked up and all.
Like, Sunny's deliberately slowing this walk down, like, to try and like get more information. Like, well, it's my job. I work for the city. I can help you. I help with lost friends all the time, lost girls, lost boys, all over. It's amazing what we can do on the streets here. Let me help you.
Oh, thank you. I would enjoy. I would like to have all the help I can get. And then.
Do you give me a description of the bully, so to speak?
Yeah, I do. Like, she's
perfect.
Yeah.
And I imagine, like, I slowly just kind of dig for information as we're going, and I kind of reassure you that everything's going to be okay. And I think you realise something's not quite right when I leave you in a dentist, and I leave you with my, like, meter maid hat in your hands. I can help you, and I give you a smile and say, see you around.
Wait, and I kind of reach out and touch your shoulder. Excuse me, sir, ma'am, sir. This is the dentist. This isn't the doctor. You're not who you say you are you? And her fingers
is
are
anyone
digging.
Really who they say they are? And I'll give you a wink.
And like the dentist also winks.
And then the ding of the door will go.
Right now.
And I will sneak out if I can.
Yeah, it's your scene. So next time, after you look at the dentist who kind of winked, you turn back and the meter maid is
You're just
gone.
left holding this meter maid hat, wondering what just happened. But you also did see my full face, which is quite rare, I think.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, swooping on over to Party Wipe Games. Fumiko, set the scene.
We'll do a drama scene since Fumiko had expected someone to come up to her. She's gonna have spent the time peering over the ledge, watching the fight, and then we'll use their rope to come down to Asuka, and probably just kind of like use their rope to dangle off of like a street light and lower themselves down, very much Batman style, and just kind of reach the bottom and just say, "Well, that was an interesting rumble you had."
Asuka, oh gosh, she's such a dick. Asuka sees this mysterious kitsune-wearing folk person come down on the rope, but doesn't acknowledge them as she goes to the vending machines at the side, and she gets herself a can of iced coffee, Boss coffee, and she turns, pops it, and starts drinking it as she says, "Kitsune, I assume you were watching."
I was. Very impressive.
Thanks. I've been looking for you.
I heard. You
In fact, a
is what I
lot of
heard,
people
not
are
that you were
looking for
looking
you.
for me. Should I be worried?
It just depends. What do you know about the Shinobigami?
Lots of things.
How willing are you to talk about it?
We can talk, but not here. The roof is much more secluded, private. We shouldn't be bothered there.
All right. And she downs the rest of her coffee, and she just throws the can over her shoulder because, again, she's a massive asshole. And she will join you in a more secluded area.
Ooh. Also, to kind
yeah,
of throw in more drama for Party Wipe Games, why don't you go ahead? What skill are you using to kind of? It sounds like are you going for like information, or are you trying to form an emotional bond?
I want some information for now.
Okay.
Because I was told specifically to look for others that would have what I need. So I'm going to collect some information, and I need to get Asuka up to the roof before I really do anything else.
Alright. Go ahead and what skill are you using to kind of gain this information?
Oh, that's a great question. I will use. It doesn't have to be one of the ones we marked down, right? I could just use any of them.
Yeah, the difficulty just increases.
Okay. So this isn't one of my marked ones then. It would probably be manipulation. Because I'm trying to lure them into a false sense of security. So just trying to make it seem like they're not very threatening, at least on this rooftop. And they would just say, "So, what do you know about the kitsune? I know you were looking for me, but I have to be honest, I'm not that kitsune. Tell me more. What do you know?"
Do you want to
And
roll
you'd like a
first? See how
dice roll
successful
first?
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a dice roll, Mitch. 6. 5 and a 1.
All right. So, what was your difficulty? It is the amount of spaces to get to your skill from the skill that you're using.
So my nearest skill would have been trap, which is on the scheme as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been 2 away, going up.
All right. So difficulty would be 7, and what did you get again?
I got a 6, so I think I'll use my reroll.
All right.
It becomes a 9, a 5, and a 4.
Excellent. All right. Go ahead,
Okay.
Susanna. Spill the beans.
So do I? This works on me. I don't get to like roll against it or anything. This just works. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Only in combat is there kind of like a defense roll.
Cool. All right. That's sweet. All right. Asuka almost, she's quite an aggressive kind of person, but there's something with the openness of this person that she's kind of like, okay, maybe they are chill. And she says, I don't know much more than what I was ordered to do. I was ordered to find the kitsune, the fox-headed freak, is how you were described to me. And well, you pop down there on your rope looking like a fox-headed freak, so bingo. But I bumped into the real kitsune.
Did you? Tell me more.
You saw it happen.
Oh, the other ninja.
That girl
It's
with
the
the sword,
kitsune.
yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have to confess, I was told that the kitsune is within more than one. It's also why I brought you here. And Mitch, I have a ninpo called Surprise Attack. And so it says, I may use this ninpo when you are the scene player of a drama. On a successful skill check of the ninpo skill, you may deal 1 close combat damage to another character. And a character cannot be affected more than once in a scene the same game session. So, sorry, Susie. I lured you into a trap.
It's fine. I knew
All
it
right.
was, but the drama.
Mm-hmm.
The drama. Go ahead and roll. Let's see what we got.
All right. So
What skill is it based off of?
This is based off of Hidden Weapon. And that is one of my marked skills.
Excellent. So just a 5.
Let's clear those. 1, 2. That is a 5 and a 6 for 11.
Woo! Yeah, and this is a close combat attack, right?
Yeah, it'll be 1 close combat damage.
All right. So, Asuka, go ahead and roll a d6. Let's see where you're hurt.
Okay. Oh shoot! That fell off my desk. A 2.
That's martial arts, but martial arts is already damage for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So you get to choose where you take your damage then.
I'll take it in strategy.
All right. Cross out.
It's crossed.
All right. So describe what happens.
So when Fumiko springs this trap, their kimono basically flies open, and there's just a number of various shibari ropes that fly out, and they wrap around various points on the roof, different things that they can loop around, and they wrap around Asuka as well. And much like their own biting ability, it wraps tight, but because this is anime, it wraps in all of the comedically inappropriate ways and squeezes really tight and just holds on
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
I know, right?
You had a whole week to know what this was when I made this character. I've been sitting on this idea.
Oh man! All right. So you dealt the damage. You got the information, and that's pretty much the end of the scene. Unless you guys can do a few parting words, but you will part ways.
She probably leaves with a really shitty finish there, and she's just like, just hang around for a little while and cool off, and she'll like reach up and just pull on one of the sections of the rope to make sure that it binds a little bit tighter, leaving Asuka there, and she'll jump off of the roof to go after Nikita.
You just hear a string of very, very bad curse words. Very bad curse words.
Awesome. All right, who wants to go next for their scene?
Well, you see, I'm a little tied up.
All right, would you like to go?
Are you gonna flex and bust out of there?
Oh, yes. Okay, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I wanna have a pursuit because Asuka knows now where this person was headed. This kitsune mask wearing person was headed. She knows where the kitsune is, so she's got to get there, right? She knows she screwed up. So in her anger and in her spell word, she's trying to burst out of these ropes and pursue.
Excellent. So you could do you can either just like run after them, or you can do a recovery action. So it would kind of be breaking the bonds and like healing up a little bit before you get into the rumble.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do that. Yeah, because
all right,
she's taken a couple of hits, so she is a little bit on the back foot here.
All right, what skill are you using to heal?
I'm gonna use my summoning skill to heal.
Ooh.
Right, I think she has a hand free, and she manages to do some seal signs, like some Naruto shit with one hand, and it summons. Yeah, it summons like a little shadowy Oni to come and help her get out of these bonds and heal up.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and roll. Let's see how it goes.
All right. Ooh, that is gonna be a 10. It was 2 5s, it's a double.
Ooh, all right. So we'll say you get to recover 2. So you got that critical on it. So describe what happens as you heal up and take off in pursuit.
Okay. All right. So she rips out of these bonds. The Oni is summoned. It appears behind her in like a big purpley shadow. On screen is the kana for threatening. That is very commonly seen in JoJo. It's all emanating from her in this furious aura around her. She takes a moment and she sits there and she meditates for a moment to have the energies course through her to reinvigorate her before there's a close-up on her face. Her eyes snap open. You see the bright red of her bloodline as she gets that determined look and she just starts running.
Hell yeah. All right, perfect. All right, who's up for the next scene?
Go.
All right, go ahead, Brittany. I see the hand.
Well, after she's kind of standing there at the den and trying to figure out what just happened, she's just gonna be like, you know what? If it boozled, I'm gonna just find my way to go home to heal up. So she's just gonna like make her way home, and like while she's doing that, she's hearing out for stuff, looking, keeping a really, really close eye on her guitar case.
All right. So do you mainly want to get information, or do you want to heal?
I would like to heal because I'm look like a tattered mess.
All right. Go ahead. What skill are you using?
Oh Lord, I have nothing in healing. This is bad.
It could be any skill. Like the skills are just kind of
Oh.
ways for you to be creative with the way you do stuff.
Oh,
I've seen someone
okay.
do like an intimidation with like artillery, which actually kind of makes sense.
Oh, okay. How about we do some? I guess we can do some summoning. All right. So I'm gonna find this nice little place. I draw my sword, and my sword turns into a shadow. A like dark shadow. It just rolls and swirls around my long sword, and I do the little Naruto Jutsu thing, and I pretty much let the shadows take over me, and I let them heal me from like all over the place.
Excellent. All right, go ahead and roll it. This is your skill, right?
Yeah, this is the
All
sorcery
right.
thing.
So TN is 5.
So just roll 2d6 or 1.
2d6. It'll always be 2d6.
Okay.
Though if you're trying to use sorcery, remember you don't have access to it because you took damage earlier.
Yeah.
So it'll have to be a skill that you have access to.
Oh, phooey. How about analysis? Let's do analysis.
All right.
So I can figure out where to hit and stuff. So, please God. Oh, okay. No, that's not what I want. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All
6
right,
plus
perfect.
5,
You
11.
get to recover 1 from your stuff. I think my favorite was someone used finances for a ninja impo attack, and they just like paid off all these people that kicked the crap out of the ninja. It was awesome.
So it's just that one kill scene that's fantastic. Just throw money
Yeah,
at it,
with all
everybody
the money.
fight.
Yeah. Yes. All right, excellent. Suddenly pandas.
Okay, so I'm thinking that I've followed Asuka, and then I've seen is it Oboro walk down happily down, and I've kind of tracked him through, and he's walking through like a quiet parking lot. I'm going to use pyromancy to set fire to like a ring of cars around him, hopefully trapping him in so I can confront him.
Who are you trying to do this to?
Oboro.
Fumiko. Okay.
Fumiko, sorry.
Are you initiating combat? Is what I'm...
No, I'm more trying to confront, because I still don't entirely know where everything is. If I'd seen the actions on the roof, it would have been a combat. I think it's still... I would confront and use this situation to my advantage.
All right. Did you want to gain information or form an emotional bond?
Gain information.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Let's see what we got.
So this is against
As
my
you
pyromancy.
set fire to everything.
I got a 7.
Excellent. Yes. So go ahead and describe and play on.
Just Fumiko, yeah, okay. So Fumiko's kind of walking through, I imagine chuckling to themselves, feeling a bit happy with themselves, and then these explosions start going off, and Sun just kind of jumps down in front of him, like brazenly. I've got a feeling you might have something I want.
Is that so? I don't think I've met you yet.
Consider yourself lucky. It's in a talking capacity. Where is the fox?
I know where the fox is. I could tell you, but why would I?
Because I don't like to ask twice.
So, that is how you make friends.
It's how I get answers. Are you my friend?
Information comes with a bit of give and take. I will trade information. Why don't we start with a bit of tell me first who. Sorry, I spaced on the cool thing I want to say. I do not recognize your style of jutsu. What clan are you? Tell me more about yourself, and I can tell you where the kitsune is.
If you're not knowers, then you know us. We are the lost ones.
Ah, the clanless who make a clan.
And yourself?
I see. I am one of the army, one of many.
Sun visibly spits at the mention.
You know us.
Infamous, I would say the word is.
Then my reputation precedes me. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Oboro Fumiko. What shall I call you?
Sun, that's all you need to know.
Son, all I need to know. Very well.
Where
The kitsune is someone I am pursuing. I don't know where they ran off to, but they had fought with another not long ago and run off in defeat. I was given a direction and I am tracking them. Perhaps we can agree to stay friends for now, but do not get in my way. I need the kitsune.
Very well. You will find what we need, and we'll decide who takes it then.
Very well, soon.
And I imagine that's it. We walk through the flames together.
Aw, hand in hand.
The best of enemies.
The best of enemies. Friends close, enemies closer.
Excellent. All right, so I believe that was everyone for this cycle. We have one more scene, and then the climactic end of this arc. So, who would like to go first?
I guess I'll go first this time.
All right, go ahead.
Well, after I heal up a little bit, I'm trying to go home. While looking around, keeping my eyes and ears open, keeping my ear to the ground.
All right, what information are you trying to find? Or what are you trying to accomplish in the scene?
I'm trying to accomplish going home, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out who might be after this fox. Cause I'm like I am just an innocent child. I just want to go home and crawl up in my bed and go to sleep.
So you're trying to figure out what again?
I'm trying to figure out who's after me, but like I guess I can use can I use analysis again? I don't even know if I can. All right, so I'm gonna use analysis again while like walking around, keeping my ears to the ground, eyes and ears open to find out, to hear who's after me, what's going on, and just try to make it home as safe as I can while keeping my hand on my guitar belt thing that I have on my back that I can't get right now.
All right.
And that would be something. Why would you do that to me? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be an 8, sir.
What? Awesome. All right. Okay. So you wanted to figure out secret information, right? Or someone's location?
Yeah, like who's following me? Cause it's just like I'm going through something to get this fox. I kind of like wait a minute and peek to the back, like, okay, why? Do you know why people are? I have a feeling someone's coming after you, and I don't know why.
It's because I grant wishes.
Really? And that's why a bully is nearly kills me, and then I get tricked by a fake dude who I think is a fake meter maid because he didn't look like one. So
It makes sense. I can make any wish come true. I'm surprised they haven't ripped you apart yet.
I'm sneaky like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm like Debo. Like, I'm hard to hit. It's hard. I'm hard. Not that hard, but I'm just real hard.
No.
Like, you know, clay or pastel or something like that, or a brick wall.
We shall see how hard your flesh is.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see. As I'm just like keep looking around, eyes and ears open, just waiting on someone to come and try to take this fox away from me.
Excellent. All right. I believe we do have a person for the next scene. Go ahead, Asuka. I am going to take care of this little ninja real quick, but I will be right back.
Okay. So, the doorbell at Nikita's house goes off. Ding ding. Stood on the doorstep with her school uniform intact, looking like your average Japanese teenager, is Asuka, and your mother appears at the door. And we know that she is your mother because, true to anime style, she has her hair in the side braid, which means, unfortunately for you, as a anime protagonist, your mother is about to meet a terrible fate. As Asuka smiles sweetly and says that I am a friend of Nikita's, she unfortunately forgot her homework, but I've brought it here and we're study buddies. Can I come in? To which your mother says, of course, and is very polite and cordial. Yes, I'm going around killing mothers now. As Asuka lets herself inside, takes off her shoes as she is polite, and I am going to use my only bloodline power of domination to learn your secret through your mother.
I hate you forever, Susie, for this. I hate you.
She's basically going to become a blood puppet. And she's definitely going to die. Because she's a mother in an anime story. Yeah, she's doomed.
She is. Yeah, she is.
The only worst thing she could have picked was being a Disney mother, but...
Oh, that would have been worse.
Look, I don't make the rules. I'm just playing the tropes, and this is a trope. If your mother appears in an anime, she got a side braid and she's gonna die. Like, I don't make the rules.
I understand. I just don't like you for it, but I'll be okay.
So Mitch,
What y'all do? Okay.
I'm
gonna use my magic of domination to learn Nikita's secret by making her mother into a blood puppet.
Done. Go ahead and roll it. Gotta hold back my
It's just like destroying families. I'm all for it.
blood puppets.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
9.
How? What does this look like? How do you sneak in? What's your mama's name?
Don't even sneak in. I come to the front door pretending I'm Nikita's friend from school that's just bringing her homework and wants to study with her. And of course, Nikita's mother is very nice and friendly and welcoming, as all anime mothers are. And while she's in the kitchen getting me a glass of milk, Asuka comes up behind her, whispers a few words, does a few hand seals, and pulls up her hand. As she does, blood from Nikita's mother comes out like puppet strings. And I learn her secret.
Excellent.
Well, if you want to know my mama's name, her name was Megumi. Now she's a blood puppet. This is going to be fine.
We needed to know the name so that we could mourn her in our own way. All right. What sort of secret did you want to learn? Like the location of the fox, or pretty much anything. What do you want to know? What she got on her report card?
I mean, clearly that's already pinned on the fridge. You know, she's very proud of her daughter. I would like to know if I can. No, I mean, because I basically figure out she's coming back here anyway. Like that's the thing. So I don't really need to know location. I would love to know what Nikita is capable of. What order she belongs to, you know, that kind of thing. You know, like I want to know her ninja secrets. Like, what's she working with?
Excellent.
Is she genjutsu?
Right.
Is she taijutsu? Do I have to worry about Tsukiyomi? Do you know what I mean? It's one of these things.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and divulge your secrets.
Nikita is from the Kurama Shin clan. And she is like, she and her brother, yes, she has a brother, an older brother, Haruski Gojo. The both of them are like, yeah, they're like close. And she has a really, really secret ogi that is very, very dangerous. Very powerful. It has to do with her blade. Yeah. And she is almost quite terrible at sorcery, but somehow, some way, that terribleness is used in this ogi. And also, what other secret you want to know? Because I think I just straight up told you almost everything.
That's basically it. I was mainly like what your ogi was is a big one, you know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's good to know. I'm really excited now. I'm hoping for like some bleach, like some real good bleach sword art stuff coming out. I want to send Bonzakura up in here.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
But I'm gonna keep her mum as a blood puppet, like until she comes home, when I can be like, "Hi, honey," and then just drop her, and then be evil and nasty. But yes.
Yes. All right. Soon. Suddenly, what? Go ahead and set the scene.
So I think we both got to the point where we are waiting outside Nikita's house, and we're waiting for her to come home. And I imagine so from Miko, we're probably going to be talking back and forth, and the next minute Fumiko looks and Sun's gone, and what I'm going to try and do is sneak into Nikita's house and wait invisibly hidden until she comes in, take what I need, and get out hopefully without her realizing. So I'm using invisibility to do that.
All right. So pretty much you can recover, you can gain secret location or information, or form an emotional bond. So it is given that you can kind of sneak in, but what kind of the subtext?
Again, I don't know if I'm going to try and gain the secret that what she has, and if it's what I need.
Excellent. Go ahead.
And I'm using invisibility, and I got a 4. And I've used my reroll.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. So you sneak into Nikita's room and everything, but what you notice is that there's these blood sigils written all over these mirrors. It looks like some sort of fox-like creature has shed its skin several times and is kind of kept it underneath the bed in hiding. There are several teeth underneath the pillow. It looks like wherever this fox is, and you're pretty sure it's with Nikita, that it's not good or benevolent. It is in fact something altogether impure.
Okay, am I frozen there, or can I leave, or am I bound?
You are not bound, but because you failed, I am going to throw a status ailment on you. So go ahead and roll a d6.
I got a 1.
Excellent. Because of whatever aura is in this place, you feel a lot of your equipment start to disintegrate and turn into ash. So all of your ninja gear is unusable.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, and I imagine I try and sneak back out and rejoin Fumiko as in nothing happened, but obviously I'm missing a lot more equipment than I had when I first left.
All right, Fumiko, it's your scene.
Unfortunately, when Sun comes back outside, Fumiko is gone. And Fumiko would have taken that opportunity to also try and infiltrate Nikita's house.
You all just going up in Nikita's house.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually, if they're okay with it, I'm gonna initiate combat. Since I know where they are, I'm just gonna say Nikita's arriving at the house, and she's going to basically sneak in as she goes through the front door, and she's just gonna jump her in the main hall as she's taking off her shoes.
Excellent.
And of course, she is
All
a terrible
right, so-
house guest. She did not take her shoes off.
My God, you're killing me, Smalls.
No.
I'm a delinquent and I took my shoes off. Oh my god.
For this area, I
Here
feel
for a job.
congestion would be an appropriate place since it's very small and stuff. So each of you, Brittany and Party Wipe Games, go ahead and choose one of the numbers 1 through 6 for your initiative / velocity.
All right.
All right, and at a count of 3, go ahead and show it with your fingers. I think that's probably easier than calling it out loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dang it.
God darn
Both
it!
choose 5.
I was expecting a 4 again. I was hoping to beat you by 1.
Oh man! All right, simultaneous actions. Brittany, your character. Why don't we let you go first in this case? So, yeah, this surprise attack. Do you say anything, Fumoko?
No, she is completely silent when there's probably just the jingle of a bell to indicate that something is coming before she pounces.
Wow.
So I hear this jingle, and I'm gonna use my speed to go to the right.
All right, go ahead and roll it. And remember, so you chose 5, So a 5 and below is a fumble, and because it's a congested area, fumble value increases by 1. So a 6 or lower is a fumble.
Okay. Why, God? Why? I have a 3? This is gonna hurt. Go ahead.
Oh
I has a 3.
You fumble, unfortunately. So you are going to automatically fail all rolls for the rest of this round.
no! Oh no!
Oh my God.
Yeah, you probably like smack into the side of the wall, getting a little bit dizzy. Fumoko, go ahead, make your attack.
All right. I will be doing a close combat here, and I'm going to be using rope work again because that is just her specialty. Going to be trying to restrain and bind and keep them where I can deal with them later. Oh, hey, you know who else got a 3?
Was it you?
It was me.
All right, describe what happens if this epic fail.
I think because of the speed, the two of them going at the same time, this is just the epic of fumbles between them. Fumiko grabs a rope with the kunai and basically starts ricocheting it off of walls, the ceiling, and floor, and it probably mixes in with Nikita's speed trying to dodge it, and the fact that she didn't take her shoes off, so Fumiko's feet get tangled into the rope, and the two of them just twist up together and collapse.
Oh my. All right, so this is round 2, your last round, because this is still the main phase and not the climactic battle. So each of you guys, once again, gets to choose your velocity. Let me know when you have chosen, and we'll do the countdown.
All right.
Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3, reveal! What is that? So we got a 3 and a 5.
5.
All right.
I hate all of you.
Fumiko, go!
All right. So what was my fumble? Was it the same?
So you chose 5, so your fumble is normally 5 or below, but because it's congestion, it's 6 and below.
Yeah. No, I mean from last round. What was my penalty?
Oh, every time you fumble, you fail all rolls for that entire round.
Oh, okay. So that's over then. Okay, so it's a new roll.
Yeah, it's over.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep trying to string them up then.
All right, go ahead.
It'll be another rope work. Dice don't fail me this time.
I'm just gonna fail you. I know it.
Nope, it is double 4s for an 8.
Woo! Ooh, that's a crit.
Yeah.
Why?
All right, so you deal double damage. So what's the normal damage for that?
It would be just the close quarters, so it would be 1.
All right, so Britt, why don't you go ahead and roll? Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, you get to defend. Go ahead, Brittany. So the skill was binding, right? Party wipes.
Sorry, what was the question?
What was your skill that you used?
It was rope work, and it's under tech.
Oh, okay. Rope work, tech. All right. So yeah, you need to figure out what skill is closest to rope work.
Demolition. Demolition. Which is a tool. So basically,
all right. So 3 away.
She's gonna, yeah. What's she gonna smack you with? That's oh wait, she's in the house. She kind of like fumbles around till she finds her brother's like sword. Is she gonna try to smack you outside the head with it? as hard as she can.
Well, this is all right. So are you using something else other than demolition?
Oh wait, can I wait? Dang. With demolition, what do? I just oh.
That's explosives.
Wait, I'm reading that. I
Yeah,
don't have
like you're
explosives.
dodging-
I don't want to.
Yeah,
so we're gonna
you'd
X
be like
that,
dodging with
demolition.
explosives, but
Yeah, let's gonna X that demolition because I do not have explosives on me. We are going to do some hidden weapons. I don't have. We're gonna like you see her fumble around until she finds one of her brother's shurikens, and she's gonna try and stab you in the arm with her brother's shuriken that he has in the closet. That my
All right,
head
go ahead and roll.
smashed into.
yeah. So you're kind of using that to guard, kind of smacking their wrist.
Yeah.
The TN is 7, I believe.
I rolled an 8 because 4 plus 4 equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You also got a critical. Awesome.
Yeah.
Why do we
All
keep
right,
matching?
Oh,
I
so you
don't
dodged that
know.
attack. And Brittany, it is your turn.
I'm going to just. Is Fumiko still on top of me? Even though because we collided, right? Or did she? So
We probably
we're
bounced back
collided.
at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Naruto like ninja fights where they go like ding ding ding. Yeah, like
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what this means. Ding.
Or they,
Yeah.
they collide and then they
So
bounce back and do more stuff.
Yeah.
So I legit just put my back down and I pull out my long sword. The longest sword you have ever seen in your life. Like you have never seen this. You trying to figure out how this girl get the sword. She's gonna try to cut you with it. Like just straight up swing. Straight up
yeah.
Gonna do the range combat, which is a 2.
One Wing Angel starts playing.
Yeah, and for chat, I will give if chat can name an anime where I think it's an anime from the 90s, and the climactic ending of one of the first story arcs has the character cutting the ship in half. If you let me know what that anime was in chat, I will give some like boons to these people. That will be kudos to them. If you're into that sort of stuff. But...
Come on, chat.
5,
I know what it
6,
is,
7,
but I'm not
8,
going to
9,
say it.
10, 11. I
Woo!
rolled an 11,
All
sir.
right. So far, you guys have not named the anime I'm thinking of. I will give another hint. There is a cat-like person in it. All right. So, Nikita, you slash out. Fumiko, go ahead and dodge. What is it against blades, right? Nikita.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
So
it's against
dodge
blades.
against blades.
Blades.
What up,
blades,
Diesel
blades,
Shout?
blades.
Diesel shot. Oh God, words. I know them.
Where is Blades? Am I missing it? Oh, it's on martial arts. Okay.
Yeah, it is not One Piece. I have not seen that in an anime. Yeah,
It's a very long anime. Trust me, it's very long. My
yeah.
friends.
Fairy
talk
Tail
about it
is
all the
good,
time.
but it is not the anime I'm thinking
4,
of.
5, 6. Okay. So I gotta stick to rope work because it's the closest thing. It would be 3 up and 1 across over in tech.
Woo!
My sleight of hand would be too much further away.
Yeah.
So what is my target number at? Because that would be 4 away.
So that's a 9.
A 9. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody call that anime so I can get a reroll.
Yeah, it is not Fairy Tail. I will give another clue. I guess it could be considered a harem anime in that there is a single man and a bunch of women who fawn over the main character at times.
So every harem anime. Got it.
Yeah.
I have a 6 on my. I have a 6 on my dodge.
Oh man, Fumiko, you get hit. Nikita, was this a ranged or a close? It's ranged, right? Because
This
of
was a
the length of your weapon.
range.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it's
Fumiko, you
ranged.
get to choose the damage that you take. So you just cross out one of your life points and all the skills underneath it.
Under which one?
So on your character sheet, and for kind of listening and everything like that, your skills are kind of tied to your life point. So on the top of this kind of matrix of skills, you have like tech, martial arts, stealth, and such. Each one of those boxes represent a life point. And so whenever you take damage, you check that off, and all the skills below it, you can't use anymore.
Okay, and where did I take a hit? Do I have to roll?
No,
Or was there a
because close
specific one?
combat is random. Ranged, the defender gets to choose. Because range is easier.
Well, then I'm just gonna say it hit my sorcery because I don't have any sorcery. Boop.
Like my sorcery, no, my chakras.
No, my chakras, God. Oh no.
All right. So the victor in this is Nikita. Nikita, what is your prize in this? Do you want location? Secret? I mean, what you could do a emotional bond.
I would like an emotional bond. I want to know what the hell you doing in my house. Please excuse my language.
Right.
I
All right.
was
So
told you had the
because
kits-
go ahead. No, I'm
sorry.
serious. Go ahead.
I was told you have the kitsune. I want it.
I don't know where it is. It was never here. It does not exist. It's all made up. It was never here. It's all made up. You must have heard some fable because I never heard that tale in my life.
If you let me go, I will give you some information.
About what? And how will this help me?
You have to agree first.
Agree to give you something that I don't have for information.
No, let me go, and I will give you important information. You'll want to know what I have to say.
You broke into my... You know what? And she, like, really slowly pulls back. And, like, a little bit of, like, oddly enough, shadow appear out of nowhere. Like, alright. And she points to Sora, like, you got 5 seconds to talk.
Fumiko will get up, just kind of adjust, retract their ropes, and say, I am not the only one who was told you have the kitsune. Lying or not, expect others to come. And she'll just quickly smoke bomb and then just run out the door.
Oi!
All right, so we're gonna set an emotional bond between you two because you're the winner. Brittany, you get to decide which ones. So your options are empathy, friendship, affection, loyalty, admiration, or devotion, and with their polar opposites. So you get to choose one or the other, but you kind of get to choose which area it's in.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right now is empathy because I have no idea why they broke into my house. I thought I had the security alarm set, but apparently people get into my house. So right now it's empathy.
Ninjas, right? Yeah. All right. So Party Wipe Games, you get to choose empathy or mistrust for the emotion with Nikita.
It'd be mistrust because they were lying out their ass.
All right, you guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
We come into the climax. Everyone's in Nikita's house. It feels like every ninja on the block is just up in their house. You notice that the storm clouds kind of come in, and the first thing you see is this little white fox kind of hop out of Nikita's bag, raise its hands and say, "It is time. The one who stands before me now gets the wish." And in this like little sing-song voice, it starts singing as the weather starts to change. The wind is just picking up. It's getting crazy as the water comes down. Lightning strikes the home and blows up the roof of it, splintering wood pieces everywhere. Yeah. So, you guys all see each other, and you see the fox. What do you say?
You lied to
I
me.
How did y'all get in my house?
I puppet your mother around, and I make her wave her hand and say, "Hi, honey," before I drop her on her face. And then I step forward in like "oh, it's time to fight."
And I kind of look up at the fox and smile and say, "My wish will be the last words you hear." And then don't draw a weapon because I've not got one. I pull awesome pose.
Excellent. And because Lady guessed the correct anime, which was Tenchi Muyo,
Hell yeah.
the final arc, he accidentally cuts the ship in half, which is the kind of comical end of that arc of season 1, I believe. So awesome job. Everyone here will get a boon, but we also got 30 retweets. So I'm gonna get something for me, which you'll find out later. But yeah, if we get that 69 retweets, something special will be coming out. Yes, it is absolutely a harem. I was young when I watched it, so my memory regarding it is very different. All right, so everyone is getting ready for this fantastic fight, and because I am a glorious and benevolent team, and because we got that boons for me, I am going to change. I'm going to change the battle chart to extreme of 6. So around you, it seems like everything is in flux. Pieces of wood are flying about. Your brother, Nikita, is screaming as he's kind of like going through walls and doors. Fire leaps up from the house as lightning comes down and cracks and destroys the ground. Water is springing up and covering everything. It is soaked. So this is a ridiculous place as you kind of see little black tendrils of hair, almost like hands, reaching out from the dark crevices of every particularly dark and black hole within this house, reaching for your very souls, hoping to grasp it in their hands and retch it out. This is your moment. This is the time that you make your wish. So, everyone, the last one standing gets the prize. Everyone choose their velocity. All right. Pick a cool anime pose. When I say go, reveal what you have. 1, 2, 3, go!
Hold on.
Wait, sorry, that's not the thumb.
we know fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So Asuka has, Santa has 3. Brittany, you have 5. Party has, what is that?
6.
6. All right. And
the phone reflexively
suddenly,
stuck out. I didn't mean for that.
yeah. Suddenly, Pants, you have 4. All
Yep,
right,
that's the one.
Party Wipes. You are it. You are number 1.
So, explain how we use our ogies. Since this is a final moment.
Yeah, so ogies are every character's special move. It works pretty much like anything else, any other skill, except it can't be blocked, and it has a different effect depending on what type of ogi you have.
Okay. So, I think since I've got everybody here, makes it easy. I'm going to use my ogi to start. And so, since we got to name our ogis, I'm very proud of this, and I'm keeping on brand. The ogi is named Binding of the Kitsune, and it's a rope work area attack. So it lets me target everybody.
All right,
Mitch,
go
for
ahead
you,
and roll.
it's on 120 since you got the physical book.
Excellent, thank you.
So is used in place of an attack. Choose any number of characters within 3 plot values of the target. So I think everybody's in that then.
You are
everybody
at
was
6. Correct. Yeah, everyone is
yeah.
at least 3.
All right. So then it says within 3 plot values, all targets lose 2 life points. Each target may choose which category are lost. So let me roll.
Yep.
That is a 7, which means I picked a 6, so I don't fumble, thankfully.
Ooh, yeah.
So basically the way this works, their kimono opens up again and the ropes start to extend out. The kunai shoot out in 9 different directions, symbolizing the 9 tails of the kitsune fox. And they once again start ricocheting off of the ground, the walls, any street lights, and they start wrapping and binding everybody up. And she starts laughing hysterically, hand back, as everybody gets bound and roped up.
Tightly. All right, so everyone, what's that? 2 life points. Yeah, you get to choose what category, so go ahead and scratch those off of your skill matrix.
I've got something called Tough, which says you have 2 extra life point slots. When taking damage, deduct life points from these slots. Does that mean I don't need to knock them off a category, but they're just gone?
Correct, yeah, those go first.
Perfect.
Before you start knocking stuff off the...
So it just knocks them down. Can I shrug them off? Can I shrug that attack off?
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone, how do you respond to this?
I guess so.
I had handcuffs around here.
Yeah, I think I maybe just step out of it the last second, or it catches me and does its damage, but I managed to escape its it tightening around me. So I just kind of chuckle and watch everyone else kind of get swept up in it.
So Asuka also has the tough Nimpo. But she gets bound and she smiles and winks at Fumiko. Again, do not threaten me with a good time. Before she just flexes real hard and the ropes release from around her.
Breaking apart. All right, Nikita, how do you respond?
This happens to me, so I'm gonna take my blade, and you see like the shadows like swirling around it, and then like slowly but surely it starts to really turn solid a little bit. She's gonna try and cut the ropes with as hard as she can. Just
that's kind of how you break out of it eventually, though it still kind of cuts you up.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So, Suddenly Pandas, you're next at Velocity. No, actually, it is Brittany. You're next with Velocity 5.
Okay. So how does the Ogi do it again?
You're activating your Ogi.
I'm thinking about it. So
Yeah, it's just like any. Yeah, it's like anything else. Yeah, except it can't be blocked unless someone has. So like now that everyone has seen Fumiko's Ogi, they can counter it when they try to do it again. But normally it can't be.
Okay, yeah, because I just straight up picked the name and made it up. My Ogi.
Mm-hmm.
So once I break out, I mean, you see my sword legit go like Shadow Bankai, ready to go, and she's going to do Shadow Kill. And yeah, and the sword turns into a Shadow Blade, and I disappear, and I pretty much gonna go out for Miko, and I just do like this slash, and you're gonna feel this slash 1,000 times.
What type of Ogi is this? What attack is it?
It is a martial arts. I signed it with martial arts, so I just.
But what, like, so there's critical hit, there's a little body, there's perfect defense, perfect success.
On page 61 of the PDF, you pick one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you name like your Ogi, and then you have its effect. So this it sounds like pretty much a critical hit would be appropriate.
Yeah, it is. It is somewhat like of a demon blade a little bit, since I'm using.
All right. For this, unfortunately, for critical hit, it has to be within 1 plot value, but you're 5, so you are good. So go ahead and roll it.
All right. Oh, what? Oh, no. I rolled a 5. 4 plus 1, that's a 5. Oh, no. You're not going to go 1,000.
You do have a reroll.
You do. Everyone has a reroll because of the tension.
Can I use this reroll?
Not to get myself hurt, but you do have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like good time we keep getting promised about.
Yeah, I literally just forgot about that. Why? You stupid. I got a 3 and it still didn't work.
All right, you were going to fail everything for this round since you fumbled. Yep. Excellent.
Yeah, I tripped.
Suddenly Pandas.
That's what
Okay.
Hey, Mitch. Sorry to jump in there. I do have an ability that I can use technically if I successfully dodge. Does this count?
No.
With it missing, or do I have to actually make the dodge? Okay, sorry. I
You
just
have
wanted
to
ask that
succeed on the
beforehand.
dodge roll. Yeah, no problem.
Gotcha. Sorry, Panda. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So, we can all see each other. So I'm just watching Nikita make this critical error. Can I use? I'm going to do a close combat attack. I'm going to kind of jump on this mistake, this slightest error in timing, and I'm going to kind of, because I don't have any weapons, I'm going to grab like a piece of slate or a piece of wood that has come off the roof as it's exploded, probably still on fire, and I'm going to attempt to strike it with. So that's a close combat attack using the slate as my skill.
All right, cool.
And the roll is going to be an 8.
Perfect. And because Brittany fumbled earlier, she cannot roll defense, or if she did, it would automatically fail. So you hit, dealing 1 life point damage. Brittany, go ahead and roll a 1d6 to figure out what part was hit.
1.
All right. So the first life point is eliminated.
Ow.
That is tech. So how does it look like, Panda, as you do it, and then afterwards, Brittany, how does your character respond?
Yeah, I imagine it's such a quick, because it was literally the moment you made the mistake. Sun has this kind of piece of the beam from the roof that's blazing, and it's kind of flying between, and it goes into slow-mo, and you can see like the individual raindrops and this fire like piercing through it, and steam rising above them and just catching you in the back of the head before you've even finished making the mistake.
Thanks.
First, I say ow, because it's probably going to hit me outside my head, but I'm going to try and roll to get out the way, and I'm probably going to fail that if that happens.
Well, no, you can't. You fail everything this round. You have tripped on something, and you're just, this whole time you're just getting, it's that time in Dragon Ball Z where there's like a full hour of everyone beating the crap out of that one person. That completely one-sided fight. That is you are Vegeta versus Frieza during that first fight. So all right. How many life points do you have left, Brittany?
Well, I have 2, and then you took my other one, which is tech again.
So you have 1 left.
I literally have 1 left. Like, I have 2.
All right.
Took away my tech again.
Asuka,
This is,
are you going to finish Nikita
So,
off?
It's very apt that you should mention Dragon Ball Z then, Mitch, because standing in the corner, legs wide, fist clenched at her side, Asuka starts making effort sounds, much like her Saiyan friends, and she is making that low growl as pebbles around her start shaking and lifting in the air, as I am summoning a motherfucking meteor shower to drop upon all of your heads.
hello?
Oh, is this your Ogi area of attack?
No, this is a ninpo. This is just a ranged attack I can do. I can just summon meteors.
Excellent. And so is this a single target or everyone?
Ranged combat attack. All characters within the ninja's range, including yourself, so I'm going to hit myself with this too, are targets for the attack.
Awesome.
It deals 1 range combat damage to each target that is hit.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, this is a summoning skill, so I'm about it. I got an 8.
Perfect. All right, everyone else, dodge against summoning. Yeah.
Okay. I will dodge with trap, so that's a 3 difference.
We don't count the shaded out ones, right?
No. No. Yeah, correct.
3. I'm going to use pyromancy to use the flames to envelop whatever's coming above me and burn them out.
Ooh, nice.
Fumiko just quickly makes a few tugs on ropes, and just bits of house come up and shield her as well. I rolled an 11.
Ooh, nice.
I rolled 7, had a 3 difference from the squares.
All right, so you're taking
Actually, I had a 1 difference.
range.
Does it count both sides? So if you go the other way?
No, you can't wrap around unless you have a specific thing.
Yeah, so 7 with a 3 difference.
Okay, so you take 1 range damage. So you get to choose 1 of your life points to get slashed. And how about you, Brittany? You're really the one I'm really curious about.
Well, the thing is, though, I have no idea what's happening. My mom and daddy just called me. So I had no idea what's going on. I literally had to pause because I have to answer them whenever they call.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I have
no problem.
Idea what just happened.
Yeah, so Susanna has called down.
Meteor.
Yeah, it cast a meteor.
I cast me.
So go ahead and make a dodge roll against something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll guess I'll use speed to do it, because I got an 8. 4 plus 4 is 8.
All right. And what's the difficulty? How many squares between speed and that's probably a lot.
4 to right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up.
3, 3, yeah, 5. Hold on. Speed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6. I'm so
you're taking that damage.
Yeah.
So this is up to you, Brittany. Your character can die or get out with kind of the last remnants of their life. Either way, they are out of this combat.
Just get away from the last of their, with the little remnants they have, because like I can't do nothing else. Everything's kind of sort of like effed up right now.
Excellent. All right.
Go
ahead and
the ability I asked about earlier, Mitch. Since I did dodge meteor, I want to I want to make sure that I can do it. Is Susie within range 2 of me?
What range? Susie
I was
is
6.
Yeah, you're 3 away.
Okay, so I can't do it then. Never mind.
Yeah, they have a 3. All right. Okay. So it's the end of the round, and because it's an extreme battlefield, I get to roll 1d6 and cause a ruckus. Susanna, do you mind rolling a d6 for me?
No, go for it. We got 5.
Oh, that's... Oh, crap.
Oh, but hey, Mitch, when you say
boy.
"oh crap," that doesn't inspire confidence.
It's fine.
All right,
It's
let's do
fine.
Fuck us up, fam.
So everyone with a velocity or 5 or lower takes 1 damage.
No.
1 point of close combat damage. So you roll a d6. Yeah, you're already out, Brittany. Your character is limping away. It's kind of like going off the waterfall and having your body kind of like go shore. That is where your character is at. But how about the other two?
I
not
took
an
my
anime, reference,
strategy.
but gotta go fast.
So I'm on 4. I've lost martial arts and scheming.
All right. So, second round of the climactic fight. Everyone choose your velocity number. 1, 2, 3, go! All right. So, 4. 5 for the panda, and 5 for the game. All right. Since Panda and Party Whites are on the same initiative, they go at the same time. But we'll let Suddenly Pandas start us off.
So, again, I'm kind of counting on this fragile alliance just for a second. While we're kind of eliminating these other folks here. So, Sun is going to kind of dash around. He's going to appear just behind Asuka, and he's going to use his Ogi. And he appears behind her with his hands out, and out from his wrist comes a shadowy, like, misty blade, which he thrusts into her. This is going to be a critical hit, Ogi.
Woo! All right, go ahead and roll.
You were a 4,
question.
right? You're a 4,
Yeah, I was
right?
four.
Your plot. Yeah, good. Just double check it up, or you were.
Can you counter an Ogi with another Ogi? Because my
Uh,
Ogi
the-
requires on someone rolling a skill check.
Let's see. There is you have dark interference.
I do.
Oh man. And it's a skill check, so. Yeah. You just have to make your roll.
Okay.
All right. So first pandas, and then Grace will make the roll.
So I'm going first. Do I still need to get a skill, or?
Yeah. Every Ogi should be associated with a skill.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna use my invisibility because that's how I got up behind her, and then I'm making this attack by using that. So I got an 8.
That is sufficient. Go
Okay.
ahead, Asuka.
Okay, I'm gonna use my trap skill for my Ogi. Oh shoot! Goodbye, dice. I got an 8 too. 6 and a 2.
Oh man.
That's exactly what I got as well.
This is kind of like a reversal within a reversal. So actually, pandas, you become the target of your attack because they were successful with their Ogi. And yeah, so you got an 8. Of course, Asuka can change one of your dice to 1 if they want.
Okay, so this is how it looks. He appears behind, the Shadow Blade comes out, and Asuka claps her hands together, and it feels like for a moment all the color drains from the room. It goes a bluish purple. As emanating from her is a wave, and there's like a sound effect that is similar to yet legally distinguishable from another one that is also in an anime. And it's like time has stopped. And she steps out and she says, "Ichibyo Keka," and she's counting up to 10 as she moves Sun's hand for the Shadow Blade and points it at himself. And as she gets to 10, time resumes and his attack completes on himself.
Oh snap! All right, so pandas.
So I had to choose 4 categories at random by rolling dice, but I've only got 4 points left. So does that kill me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. You are dead, or you can narrowly escape with your life. Either way, you are out of this fight. But I trust you to do the most dramatic thing.
So yeah, I think like he's got a smile in his face, thinking he's got the upper hand, and he's kind of used his abilities to sneak behind there, but he kind of looks down and sees this shadowy blade in his own chest, and the smile goes from his face, and a questioning look appears, and he just falls face down flat. And then the blade disappears out of his chest, and just a blood pool appears around him. He's dead.
Man. So this is going to be weird because Party Wipes and Suddenly Pandas are acting at the same time. So Party Wipes act as if that didn't happen, and let me know what you do.
But anticipate what's like, just treat it like he's still alive. Okay. The plan would have been to attack from the other side. So I've already used my Ogi, so they know what I would be able to do with that. Dang it. I also used surprise attack on you, so that doesn't work. So I have another ability here. no, this is the final battle. That doesn't help me. Okay. I am just going to... Oh god, getting in close with Susie is dangerous. I'll do a ranged attack with my kunai under the shuriken skill. So I'm just gonna throw one of these rope-bound kunai at them, try and get it around them to lead into more trouble.
Excellent.
The intent would be restraining Susie, or restraining Asuka for Sun's attack. But I rolled an 11, 5 and a 6.
Right. Excellent. And Asuka, go ahead and roll defense against
Okay.
What was it? What was it again?
That was shuriken.
Sure.
Ranged shuriken attack.
Okay, that's in martial arts. All right. I'm going to use climbing to do some like sick ninja parkour to avoid this rope dart as it's thrown at me, which is 1 away. So I'm looking for... I got a 6.
Ooh. That is successful.
So I have an impo with counter. When I successfully dodge an attack, if I do a successful skill check of this Nimpo skill, I may deal 1 range damage to that character that attacks you.
It's the one I've been waiting to use all fight.
All right. So it just happens, right?
Now I need to make a skill check against traps.
Okay,
I need to
go
use
ahead.
make a trap skill check. Come on! I got a 9.
Excellent.
So
All right,
as
take
she
that 1 damage.
runs up the wall and does a backflip, she pulls out a like a kunai from up her sleeve and just flicks it back at you.
Mm. So I gotta roll a d6 for my damage, yeah?
It was a ranged attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you get to choose with range.
Oh, I get to
you get to
choose.
choose what area. Only close
All
combat.
right, well then. Oh no, my strategy. I have so many things in strategy.
Who
It's gonna
needs
start getting worse,
strategy? Yeah. So all of this has happened within a span of like 3 seconds. With Sun being killed, the reversal, the twist, the throwing of the blade. Asuka is just killing people left and right, and it is now her turn.
Okay. She taking a leaf out of Dio's book is just gonna big dick energy swagger on over to Fumiko. After all of this has just happened, a dude just drops dead behind her. I imagine actually as the time stop resumes, she's maybe closer to Fumiko than Fumiko recognized she was before the time stop happened. And she's just gonna come in and with a close combat attack with summoning, to summon again there's one of these Oni spirits to punch for her.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll
As
it.
she has no weapons. Okay. That is a 4. Which was my
That's not. Yeah, fumbled.
it's not a
Which
that's a
it's
fumble, huh?
Yeah, it's a good. No, what'd you get again?
I got a 4.
Right. Yeah, so that is a 4. But luckily, this is the end of the turn. So, yeah, the spirits. What happens as you go?
I think this is like props to Fumiko. Like she dodges it. You know, I'm just not quite quick enough to nail her with that. Ora! So she dodges it. Because 100% aura. I mean, let's be real.
Excellent. All right, I will let Sunly Pandas roll for the end of the round for the extreme. Go ahead and roll a d6 and we'll see who gets
1.
1? Aw, okay, no one gets messed up. Fine. All right, so it is down to you two. choose your velocity. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! 5 and a 6. All right. Go ahead, Fumiko.
Gotta go fast. All right. How many times can you use the Ogi?
As many times as you want. It's just after the first time, they can cancel it.
They can dodge it.
Yeah.
I've already seen Susie's Ogi too, so this is gonna be fun. It's dangerous. I'm worried. Panda, you should have taken them out so this would have been easier.
I tried. I killed myself.
Yeah.
I flew too close to the sun.
He has the best kill count.
All right. Since Asuka is right on Fumiko, they are going to go into close combat, and I think this is very much just a the type of martial arts escapes me, but it's going to be very, very much close quarters. They're going to be just scrapping together, but she's going to be using the ropes to try and Jackie Chan style, where they're just wrapping and disabling body parts as the two of them are intertwining, and basically fight dancing is the way Fumiko looks. So she's just going to be she's going to be using the rope work to try and string up and disable this Oni clan as quickly as possible. So that's rope work again for my close. That is an 8, 2 and a 6.
All right, Asuka.
I'll just go for a dodge on this. With my sixth sense, I think she can ring, something's coming. Dodge, get out of the way.
Excellent.
6.
So what was the difficulty for your sixth sense?
5.
Oh
no, wait, you were doing. What was your skill again?
Yeah,
sorry.
I was doing rope work.
You doing rope? Okay, that is. Oh God. Yeah, no, it's not. I didn't do it.
All right. So this is close range, right? Party wipes or
yes,
range?
This is a close range combat.
All right. Go ahead and roll that d6. Asuka.
Okay, that's 5.
All right, cross
Goodbye,
that
strategy.
out. Who needs strategy?
Darn, so close. I don't think either of us is using that one.
All right, Asuka, go ahead.
Okay. So Asuka is going to pick up the heaviest bit of debris that she can next to her, and is compelled to scream "Road Roller, duh!" even though it is not, in fact, a road roller, as she tries to smash it down upon Fumiko for a close combat attack. Using summoning to do so, because she's clearly not strong enough to lift up this masonry, so she summoned something to do it for her.
Summon
that's a 5. I don't do it. Again, it's a fumble.
Ooh, man, all right. For this one, I am going to throw in a fumble consequence.
Oh wait, I have a reroll because of the Tenshi Muyo.
You do. Mm-hmm.
You do.
I didn't use it.
Thank God for
that
Tenchi.
Thank God for Tenshi Muyo. That was a 6 this
Thank
time,
God
so I
for Tenshi
just
Muyo.
fucking scraped past.
Woo!
Alright.
All right.
I will dodge, of course.
Go ahead, dodge. Yeah.
What is my target against there, Susie?
It's against summoning.
Summoning. All right, so that's going to be trap again. This is same as the first, same verse, just like the first. She's going to use trap to string up some debris to shield herself. So that's a 2 difference. Whoop, whoop. For a 6 and a 5, still can't get that critical. 11.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to put in counter. I'm going to put in counter, and using the momentum of the trap to block it, she's just going to quickly tug and pull and use the momentum of the debris to swing and fly at Asuka for the counter.
Damn.
Excellent. All right,
So
that
that's
damage.
rolling on. It's rolling on trap. For 6 and a 6, critical, 12.
Oh man! Double damage. Double damage.
So that is tool range damage.
Okay.
So you'll
Woof. Okay. I think having taken such heavy damage, and knowing that she's probably going to lose this fight, Asuka claps her hands together, disappears in shadow, and is out of there.
Excellent. Leaving Fumoko in this house with this little kitsune. It turns to you. And what is your wish?
I can't say that I've thought about it. Well, I want the Ogi of the Oni clan that I just fought.
Excellent. And you see kind of this thing, like its neck kind of extends out and rises up over you, peering down at you with little bits of bone and hair creeping out of its skull. Its jaw once again lengthened. You see this tongue licking up this mother who was left here, bringing this blood puppet into its mouth, and as it chomps down, it doesn't have sharp teeth. It just has like these human-like blunted teeth as it chomps down on this frame. It looks at you and says, "Wish granted." And that's what we'll end for today. Come next week when we do part 2 of the Kitsune. Bum bum bum.
You killed my mama? You killed my brother? You know what, Mitchell? It's not throwing the part. You ain't getting no food. I'm making you stuff.
Man. So for everyone here, we were playing Shinobigami, translated by Kotodama Heavy Industries, the originally Japanese TTRPG. You can find it on the links here. We want to thank everyone who showed up and checked us out today. Make sure to come next week. I am Penny for a Tale. You can find me here. You can find me tomorrow with Axon Punk. And after this show, we are doing iHunt, which is going to be super cool, super amazing. You'll probably see one of these people in that next show. But why don't we have you guys send us off in quite amazing fashion? So, Brittany, go ahead. Where can they find you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany. Brittany the Protector, or Brittany B Writes on Twitter. You can find me tomorrow night on Penny for a Tale's twisting, where we play Lux Occultum. I had a party, and everyone got occult comes. Mitch ain't getting no hamburger. He ain't getting no ribs now. You ain't getting nothing. You just gonna drink. And my mother comes from the basement, like a good person that I am. I promise it's really good. Just come and see me, and also find me on my blog, which is Brittany the Protector Writes. That's it.
All right, Suddenly Pandas, where can they find you?
Hello, I'm probably the least professional Twitch streamer around. I do it occasionally, no real time. I I stream a lot of Wild RP at the moment. You can find me there. Look at my awful Twitch emote. I appreciate you all. Susie much better than me, and Counter's much better than me. All these people are better than me, so go follow them. Bye.
Follow the heck out of Sunly Pandas. Go, go, go. All right. Party White Games.
Well, hi, I'm Rindus of Party White Games. You can catch me here on Encounter Roleplay quite a bit recently. I will be back on in a couple minutes for iHunt. That's the best thing I can shout out. And then tomorrow on my own channel, we will be playing Scum and Villainy, where I play a pilot in our Bounty Hunter crew.
Yeah. And finally, Susanna Grace.
Hello, everybody. Kono Suzida. I am here on Mondays as the GM for the North, which is a Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones campaign. That's on Mondays from 3 till 6. Other than that, you can find me on my own Twitch channel where, much like Panda, I stream a lot of Wild RP. I play a French lady who is a outlaw and maybe starting a revolution in the Wild West, who knows. And other than that, I am the media and marketing coordinator of Black Cats Gaming, and we've just made the Spy Game, which is a 5e powered game of international espionage and action, which is now available on Drive-Thru RPG.
Woo. Make sure to pick it up and stick around for the next show. It's going to be really cool. I believe the creator produced a great game, and not to mention, it's definitely one of the more in terms of art, it is the most captivating. As a millennial, it is really cool to see. In any case, check that out, and we will see you guys next time. And we're going to do anime poses until Lydia kicks us off.